He can't be mad if they're paying him to do that. But he was certainly present at the recent International Executive Board meeting. Why don't we just call the White House and ask what the president knows about him? It's great. But he's just one on the list of people who want to collapse the system. Frances Fox Piven, I know she's knitting and eating her Werther's Originals, but she's also called for protest, just like the violent protest in Greece. And the extreme left are encouraging uprisings here in the same way here in America. Then we have the truly spooky stuff that happened over the weekend. There is new video evidence produced by the Iranian regime that says the current unrest in the Middle East is a sign that the Mahdi, or the Islamic Messiah, is about to appear. They're calling this video "The Coming is Near." By the way, this program maintains that he is the opposite, exact opposite of good and bad in the book of Revelation. But that's not the way Louis Farrakhan sees things, because over the weekend, Louis Farrakhan was also quoting, now he's a Muslim, quoting the book of Revelation. Farrakhan is saying that America now is the great Satan, or saying that it is now full of demons. You and me, watch.
America's not filled with human beings. America's filled with beasts. She has become, as John the Revelator said, the habitation of devils.
Okay, so what happens when you can convince enough people, or at least one people, oh, what do you say, 18 people, that America is full of nothing but beasts? Remember, anybody who mentions Jesus is dangerous. But listen to Farrakhan, calling Americans demons. No, I don't know how many were here, but a couple of weeks ago it was in front of 18,000 people. And here he is quoting Scripture. Then you have the new Black Panther leader this weekend, Malik Shabazz, saying this.
You have fallen into this trap, Barack Obama, and you should have listened to Louis Farrakhan a long time ago when you were at his table. But you want to follow the white man, and the white man's time is up.
I'm sure the DOJ is not going to investigate that one. And I'm sure nobody on television is going to talk about violent, vitriolic rhetoric. No. So let's see what we have here. We have uprisings in the Middle East. We have trade unions and anarchists and uprisings in Europe. We have anarchists and unions here at home. And wait a minute, gosh, this is starting to sound familiar, isn't it? Then you have the truly evil here and abroad. But let's not forget the old run-of-the-mill Communist Party. Here this weekend was the vice chair of the Communist Party here in America, Scott Marshall. He was talking about Wisconsin, and he said this.
I have to tell you that in every one of the situations that I've been in Madison and in Indianapolis, there is a radicalization going on among legislatures, Democratic legislatures, that I've never seen in my lifetime, and I don't think any of us have.
There is something going on. And we have to stop here with the good old-fashioned politician. A good old-fashioned politician wanting in the fun as well. This is a United States Senator speaking in front of a group on Friday.
Tea Party Republicans in Washington claim they're concerned about the budget balance. But it's a disguise. It's not true. It's a lie. That's not what they want. They want other people not to be able to have their own opinion. They don't deserve the freedoms that are in the Constitution.
I don't think we can convince any more people. I think it's okay. And how the story ends. I think we need to just shore ourselves up and clean out our lives and be decent to each other. Keep telling the truth. I mean, because doesn't all this look like this theory? All of it. And beyond. Oh, a couple of other things. Acorn has just landed overseas. Egypt, Prague, South Korea. In Prague, Acorn has dubbed the branch Acorn's Comrade Club. Oh, that really? When news of Acorn going global, Wade Rathke came out and said this over the weekend. Glenn Beck may have simply been just ahead of his time. No, Wade. No, I just take people at their word. I just listen to people. I don't have an agenda. I just look for the truth. Oh, and also I happen to be a recovering alcoholic and dirtbag. So when alcoholics come up to me like, I haven't had a drink, and you know what, I really got to try. You're like, no. Same with dirtbags. I take their words seriously, and I know when they're bluffing and when they're telling the truth. Ahead of my time? No, I just wish I was a little farther ahead. You would think that the ones on the left would explain to the enemies of man's freedom around the globe that the guys who wear white hats always win in the end. But then I remember that the people in Hollywood, they make all the movies, the leftists, they don't know that. In fact, they've been spending a lot of time trying to explain to people that people don't even wear white hats anymore. There's nobody. Everybody wears a black hat. No, not true. There's more and more Americans every day making sure their white hat fits. I don't remember when I said it, but I told you that there would come a time when the masks would start to come off of these radicals, and they would become less and less afraid to admit who they really are and what they were really planning on doing. It's time for you to stand up, because it's not going to get easier. Media Matters. They're a political hack front group that we've called that for a long time, but we were always called liars because Hillary Clinton created it. Well, listen to her own words.
Institutions that I helped to start and support, like Media Matters and Center for American Progress.
George Soros. Originally, they stated their mission was just to correct conservative misinformation in the media. They were just being helpful. But now, Media Matters CEO David Brock, in a stunning admission, has said they'll focus almost entirely on Fox News. A couple of weeks ago, they said they had 86 employees, and they all have to watch this program and spend the day trying to discredit me. Now they have 90, and they're still looking to hire more. And they've changed their strategy in, quote, handling Fox. The strategy that we had towards Fox was basically a strategy of containment. Come on, me. I thought you were just correcting things. Containment? That sounds more political than public servicey. Brock said in an interview, they've stepped up their containment. Oh, like we're in Japan. And now it's, quote, guerrilla warfare and sabotage. Come here. I don't think that's even legal. But I'm not an attorney. But there's something else. This jumped out at me. Quote, the group will focus on News Corp's CEO, Rupert Murdoch, and trying to disrupt his commercial interests. Is that sabotage? Whether that be here or looking at what's going on in London right now. Ooh. When I read that, I thought, man, disrupt his commercial business. I've heard that before. The guy from SEIU, Stephen Lerner. Watch.
We need to figure out in a much more direct action, a much more concrete way, how we really are trying to disrupt and create uncertainty for capital, for how corporations operate.
Gosh, it's almost like all of these guys are, what did I write on the board? Working together against capitalism. Disrupt and sabotage. Now, does that sound like a 501c3 to you? Well, I don't know. I think Soros kind of skates around some of the laws, but by the way, speaking of Soros and his money, Jewish Funds for Justice. They took $200,000 from George Soros and his Open Society Institute. They took that last year, and now they claim their mission as a group is, quote, helping people in the United States achieve social and economic security by opportunity and investing in healthy neighborhoods, vibrant Jewish communities, and skillful leaders. They even have a special Fox News campaign now, saying, we stand up for those who offer nothing but scapegoats and demagoguery. They're also hiring interns in case you're looking to, they're creating jobs. Here's the job description. Jewish Funds for Justice seeks creative and motivated interns in New York City. I hope you're motivated. The interns will focus on the Solutions Not Scapegoats campaign and report to the senior campaign manager. The intern work will primarily focus on JFSJ's campaign to get Glenn Beck's hateful rhetoric off of Fox News and off of radio in several cities. Well, they're going to disrupt me some more? Come on, guys. It's not working for you so far, is it? Man, sometimes you must feel like a... Anyway, they continue. This cutting-edge campaign is receiving national press attention for accelerating Beck's decline. Am I in decline? Can somebody check with a doctor? And promoting positive public discourse. I know it feels positive so far. This weekend, I was out in Texas. That's where I got the hat. It was the best disguise I've ever worn, because nobody expects me in a cowboy hat. I was actually out doing a stage show in Texas, and I went to the Alamo on Saturday. My wife had never been. We walked the grounds of Davy Crockett and Colonel Travis. Tomorrow, this has nothing to do with Media Matters, because I mean, really. Can you imagine having that much money, and still, years later, we're all still, lights are on, we're doing good? I mean, wouldn't you really at some point go, I'm so depressed? Tomorrow, we'll make this about where we're headed. Tomorrow, I'm going to issue a challenge. I'm going to draw a line in the sand. But tonight, we're going to take a look at Israel. Next.